This is Carrie, and I am going to demonstrate some of the unique things about grouping objects in iScrapbook in this video. The groups work a little different in here than in some other software. I'm going to group my title, and I added a little bow on my dot for the eye just to give it a little flair. I'm going to group these three things for my title, so I select them and click on Format and Group, or I can use the shortcut keys Command and G to group them. So now they're grouped together, and I'm just going to deselect them for a minute. And let's say I want to come in and rotate the word girl a little bit. And so I click on my group, and when I click on a group, the Smart Inspector opens right away, and it says Dimensions Group at the top. But if you notice what else it says in the box, it says to select and modify an object in this group, you can either double click the group, or you can use this drop down menu here. And right now group is selected, so if I want to alter anything, I would be altering the whole group. But let's say I just want to use the word girl. Now, it's kind of hard to tell what you're going to be selecting, especially if you have a large group of things where there's several items in the group. But the items are listed in order. The top item in the list is the top element on the page. So in this case, the image is our little bow here. The middle one, and then it just works its way down, and the bottom element in this list is the bottom element on the page, the one that's the closest to the background, which says text placeholder, and that's our word baby, because we created a text placeholder for that word so we could put a piece of paper in it. So I want to click text box, and then that will select just the text box in that group. Now this is kind of a cool thing, because in a lot of software, if you group elements and then you want to make a change to one particular item in that group, you have to ungroup them, make the change, and then regroup them again. In this software, you can just make the change to the element, and I'm going to come up here and go rotation and use my little rotating box to just tilt the word girl slightly, and you can make a change to that one element in the group. And then I'm going to deselect, and then I'm going to go back again and select the group, and the group is still grouped. I didn't have to ungroup it and then regroup it when I was done. Now I need to move the bow a little bit because it's not quite on my eye anymore, so I'm going to select image, and then I'm going to zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to move my bow a little bit so it's right on my eye, on the dot of my eye, so I can't see my green dot there. All right, and then I can close that and deselect. And I've tilted my word girl a little bit to provide a little bit more of a interesting element there on the page. So that is kind of a unique thing when working with groups in iScrapbook, is you can select the whole group. If I wanted to rotate the whole group, I would just leave group selected, and I would drop down my dimensions thing, and it would give me the options of what I can do to the group. And it says I can arrange the group, I can rotate the group, or I can resize the dimensions of the group. So if I click rotation and I want to rotate the whole group, I can just rotate it. I can arrange it, meaning I can bring the whole group either forward to the top of the page or backward toward the bottom area of the page, or align it on the page. Or I can select any one of the elements from the group, from the list, and make changes only to that element. So that is part of working with groups in iScrapbook.